This is the day and age. My goodness. I mean, I'm driving today, going to get some food, and lady starts swerving into my lane. I look over and she's like, hugging her phone. Like she's more driving. She's more on the phone than driving. I mean, it makes zero sense. I mean, and so I mean, you don't even need. But back when you and I were growing up, I mean, it still exists today. You were always concerned about the what? The drunk driver.
The drunk driver, right? That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Now you worried about the
distracted driver.
The distracted driver. The other D. The other D.
Right. That's right. That's right. It's a good point to that.
And now I guess this has a use case from both angles. Because frankly, if I, because I'm going to get, I'm hoping I get the opportunity, to buy a robo-taxi. But frankly, if I could just get in the car and I could just get on my phone and I'm just, hey, just go. Just take me or pick up whatever or get the kids or whatever. That's it, I'm done. Right? I'm not wasting my time. So that's one use case. And that's what that person almost swerved into me today.
Right.
Right? The other use cases where I maybe like, hey, I mean, you used to, you had your example with the hurricane. You would go pick up mom. Just imagine if you had, of course, it's probably a lot more complicated than this, but you had the robo-taxi. Go pick up mom.
Right. Put in the address, go pick up and come on back.
Come on back, man. Come on back. Now, of course, it's like I said, it's a lot more complicated than that. Hey, I've done this before. There's the emotional aspect of it. But just if you rip out the emotions from it, the pure use case is very clear. The incremental value that can be extracted from you and I were talking, again, even your parents get older.
Yep.
The kids, you want to be able to have them do something. Hey, I want to go to such and such birthday or whatever the case may be. Hop in a robo-taxi. Hop in a Tesla. Tesla will take you.
Right.
Done. I mean, just I just thought about some demented. I just had a demented thought all of a sudden. Somebody put a bomb inside a robo-taxi.
Right. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that you could. There's that stuff we can weed out too, right?
Yeah. But yeah, just in terms of the actual use case, I think it goes beyond what we could actually imagine. I just named a few that we talked about. But one last thing, when I think about the points that you raised, and it's this. I want to go back to the sustainability part.
Okay.
Did you see the picture where he showed the stadiums and all those cars sitting in stadiums at games?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you got more greenery around the stadium. The cars just coming in, dropping people off, and then moving on. That is, see, that's like, again, next level.
Yeah.
Who is thinking about getting rid of parking lots? Who's thinking about that?
No one. And that's he did say they were taking the ing in lot.
Right.
Right. They're going back to getting it to parks and taking the ing and the lot out. And that's man. I just, and I wrote down, if half of what he says,
oh my goodness,
true. Sadat, talk to me, man. I'll repeat it for our listeners, for our watchers. Don't forget to hit that like button and
hit the like button.
But if only half, heck, forget that. If only one third of what Elon says is true.
Yeah. Game changer. Still a game changer.
Still a game changer.
Yeah,
Shoot
yeah,
for the remind me of that old saying, shoot for the moon. Hey, you miss it, you'll still end up with the stars.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
He's not afraid. He's not afraid to shoot, man. Ain't afraid to shoot.
Yeah. No, and frankly, no one's doing this stuff. And so you said stars. I'm gonna say Optimus now. I'm gonna say
Mm-hmm.
Optimus now,
Right. Right.
and you got the Optimus. I think. I mean, what did he say? My goodness, I thought he quoted a number of the amount of robots that were out there, Optimus robots, and honestly, I was surprised how operable or how functional they were.
Mm.
I mean, of course, people were like walking up to them doing the fist bumps and,
Right.
they were preparing drinks. But frankly, just again, I'm going to probably overuse the phrase, for this episode, the use case. I mean, to me, it's so much more tangible to see how you can implement that technology in manufacturing space.
Yeah.
Now, will people's jobs get displaced? Yes. Have people's jobs always been displaced? Yes.
Right.
Nothing new.
Right.
Nothing new. So if I'm a manufacturer, if I'm a manufacturer, I cannot, it's hard for me to believe that, you know, companies are not, Boeing's going through massive issues right now.
Yeah. Union.
Right.
Yeah.
So why is Boeing going through issues? Because frankly, before this whole thing happened, Boeing was being called out for pencil whipping. And you know exactly what
Yeah.
pencil whipping is.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And robots will not pencil whip.
That's right. That's right.
Robots will not pencil whip. So, and you can go sophisticated to, I don't know, gas turbines, because I know a little bit about the industry, right?
Mhm.
Super high tech, high powered combustion, blah 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 technology, to making pencils. Making pencils.
Mm.
Those robots, if deployed and if purchased by manufacturing companies, I mean, frankly, you and I are both enamored with the tech of the Tesla.
Yeah.
But my goodness, it is so easy to see the exponential value of Optimus.
Yeah. 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 That's yeah. Yeah. And he showed videos of, you know, of um of Optimus in a home setting,
Mm-hmm.
getting a package like an Amazon package, right? Serving a drink for a party. I think the other one was moving some fruit at a breakfast table in the kitchen,
Right.
right? So all common things that we would do, probably encounter within a few months or a year or something like that. So answering the door, right? And I think he said 20 to 30K would be the price for these robots, and I think it's that's yeah, yeah, yeah. It's different. It's a game changer, and just like anything, there's obviously some fear in it,
Right.
fear of the unknown. But it's a push. To me, it's always about. It's been a push to a high level of thought. So what could we? Yeah, it's a higher level of thought, and it's another thing that he spoke about too. It gets you back your time,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it's about. Time is the scarcest resource.
Right.
We all got an expiration date. We got to leave here, right?
Right.
And the regret is going to be, what did we do with our time? I want more
Right.
time. I want
Right.
more time, right? It's not, hey, I want more money. I wish I could have did none. It's about
Right.
the time. It's about the time, and he's trying to. This works to give it back some of the mundane things that we have been conditioned to do, that we've accepted as a part of life, he said, no, it doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
It doesn't have to be that way. From that car or from the AI portion, that tech, to the Optimus, right? It doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
And in that, what would happen? I'm gonna just throw it to you.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen if the entire industry or our government would get behind this?
The robo taxi
Just,
concept.
just all
Oh,
of it. Just,
oh,
just all of it. Just all of it. He said, "Look, during his speech, he said that when they started off with Optimus, other folks were trying to do things. They used wheels. They had the robot on wheels trying to get them
mm,
around.
right.
It's easier to get around, but they wanted to replicate the human movement.
Mm-hmm.
So he took that challenge on. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, this guy isn't a he's not afraid. He's not afraid of the challenge, right?
Right.
So with that, like and I'm gonna spin it this way. So right now we've got this whole, and when I say the government, I'm talking about the U.S. government.
Right.
The U.S. government gets behind. They have an infrastructure bill,
Right.
but is that the right? Are we building the right infrastructure?
Mm. Well, sure. You already know. I mean, if you go to Europe and you look at there, you go to Europe, you go to Japan, you go. Well, I haven't been to China, but to your point, look at the rail system. We don't have anything. I mean, we got Amtrak, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's not light rail or high speed rail
no.
like they've got over there, right? Japan and
Right.
all that. The bullet
Right.
trains. They got the
The
bullet
book.
trains. So are we so that goes to like Optimus in that infrastructure. He saw that, hey, look, this is the way.
Mm-hmm.
We can sit over here and piddle paddle over here trying to make robots on wheels. Because now how are you gonna teach if the robot is on wheels, how in the world are you gonna have it sit in a car
Right.
or sit down or go up steps or something like that? He saw
Right.
that. Somebody had to see it there, right?
Right. Right. Right.
So when you parallel that over, like it made me think about it, is the infrastructure that we have, is it in preparation? Because remember, the robo taxis are induction charged. You ain't gonna
Oh,
bring them in.
that's right.
They're induction charged,
That's right.
meaning that all they have to do is pass over
Right.
on the road and they get charged. Are we building an infrastructure that will accommodate that?
No. No. I mean, that's hyper political, man. That's hyper political. Hyper. Um, Apparently Ford has something like that already, but
Mm,
it's only right there near the headquarters.
okay.
To my knowledge, I have to, but I think there's some politics that have been some political statements that have been made around that and what it costs, etc. Um, I look again. Unless Tesla's gonna do something like that, I don't envision the government getting behind it.
Mm,
Just like the way he has his charge stations. I mean, I'm
yeah.
sure Florida, the state of Florida, put out for those charge stations. But I mean, I don't know about. I mean, You drove your car north. I know you did. I just can't remember how far north you drove your car.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. All right. How was that once you got out of Florida?
Oh, it's fine.
It
It's
was
fine.
fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's on the
All
path.
right.
You just keep going, and yeah, man.
So 95 is good then.
Yeah, 95 is good.
All right. So
Yeah,
so so there it is. But I mean, to me, that's combo of Tesla meets government. I think, right? So and I mean, don't get me wrong, right? I'm not even sure if those like you saw we see these stations here at the Wawas. I mean,
right,
the charge stations here at the Wawas. I'm not even sure if that's the Wawa purchasing or if that's the government installing them in the Wawa station. I have no idea,
right.
which will be interesting to kind of dig into. But at large, I don't envision the government getting behind not the current administration. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It just made me think about filling potholes or building extra lanes. Like really, how far is that really getting us? You know, how far is it really getting us?
That's an interesting idea to just have a Tesla lane.
That'll get more buyers, right? That'll get more
That
buyers. Have a
that
Tesla thing.
the Tesla lane that would be interesting.
I like that. I like that. Write that down.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think this concept. I think what he has in store for us, for the market, for the world, I think is super far reaching. The seeing today's, and I'm jumping ahead a little bit here. Seeing today's star ship launch, and them talking about what they want to do with Starlink, and then on top of that, his ambition to get to Mars. I
Mm,
cannot help but to think how there's these two potential paths here. One path is Optimus going to Mars and then doing reconnaissance. So he's train Optimus here, like you, like you said,
talk,
like you
brother.
said. Hey, we got the Cybertruck here. So hey, now you got Cybertruck, you got
Right.
Optimus, you got a starship.
Mm,
Send it out. You
right.
get the Starlink going. You get Starlink helping to manage what's going off to Mars, helping to manage what's happening here on Earth uh, via satellite for all those robo-taxis. I don't know if that's just random dot connecting, but my goodness.
Man, I didn't even think about that. Sending Optimus, so you don't have to. You no longer have to send people or have risk human lives for that type of science or that type of expeditionary.
Export,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You don't have to do that. You can send Optimus.
An optimist.
Come on,
Send.
come on. Come on, people. Come on, people, man. If y'all don't see this, like,
This is next level right here. I
wow,
mean, so you know, he's again, man. And think about it. It's not like Blue Origin with Bezos. It's not like they're not going to. What is their version of Optimus?
right, wow, wow,
What is
wow.
their version of the Cybertruck?
Man, you had me put my head down in shame. I had no, I had no response. I had no response.
Yes.
I had no
Listen.
response because check this out. You trying to develop a suit.
Oh.
You trying to develop a suit.
Oh. Yeah.
This man, this joker to develop a robot. You didn't need no suit.
Suit. Oh man, I'm telling you, this is it's exciting. It's exciting, and the thing that's crazy about it. It'll be different if we were hearing about the other players, supposed other players,
Right.
but we're not. But we're not.
Yeah, man, let me I think that's a great point, Sadat, man. And this goes back to what he said too. Well, I'll just say this. One, I think they had their head in the sand.
Mm,
And yeah, I just think they had their head in the sand, man. And the other thing is goes back to what he said during his speech this week. They've got millions and
mm,
millions of miles of data. And you and I talked about that, obviously, because we
mm,
heard it from him and read it from Reddit. But I have to be honest, I didn't think about it in the way that he said it.
mm.
They've got millions and millions of miles of data of human interaction, different situations, all kind of environments. And he said that their cars are training. They're training. They're using all of that data to train.
Yes.
So it's not putting that, it's not putting, I don't know, some GPS or something in your car to
Right.
record the data so I can charge you more money, like the
Right.
insurance company, or I can diagnose, or I can run the diagnostics on your engine. No,
Right. Right.
they are literally trained. They're using this to train their vehicles
Right.
and and not the vehicle, train the technology. Forget I said vehicle. He's training the
The
technology.
technology.
He's training technology. And he made, I invite our listeners to go and watch it. He made a comment that I thought was very interesting too, where he talked about, and I forget the terminology he used,
Okay.
but he made a quick comment about, hey, we are concerned about the supremacy of the tech
Right.
as it continues to grow, right?
Right.
Because we
Right.
don't want the tech to overtake
Right.
the creator,
Right.
right?
He did.
He did make note. He did make note of that.
Yeah.
He did make note
Yeah.
of it, man.
Yeah.
Because he said at the rate that they're collecting the data and using it and training is how they're gonna. It's my belief is how they're gonna close this gap from, like he said, from FSD, full supervised,
Yeah.
right, or full self driving, to
Yeah.
unsupervised.
Right.
He basically said unsupervised will be next year in
Right.
Texas. I forget what other
Right.
state he said.
Yep. Yep.
Somebody said California, but I know he said Texas. So they're going to have unsupervised full self driving in Texas by next year.
Hey, look. I mean, honestly, I expect that they're gonna do very well. Very well. And again, I gotta go back to my experience with the FSD. The amount of detail that you see in that vehicle was nothing like I've ever seen before in terms of scanning an area, surveying an area. I mean, it's actually kind of creepy, spooky, creepy, whatever word you want. It's bizarre, right? That I mean, you don't see something like that.
Right, right.
So yeah, look, I expect I expect Tesla to be really successful with this one here in terms of being able to deploy the technology. And what I'm also expecting, and I was thinking about this when you were talking earlier. Just think about how all of a sudden, snap of a finger, you see all these cyber trucks,
Mm,
and what's going to happen? You already know what's going to happen. he's going to start selling, getting these things out to these markets, the Phoenixes, Northern California, Southern California, Texas. I think Atlanta is also doing. Waymo's in Atlanta, and
Hmm.
watch. It's gonna be like Pac-Man.
Mm. Wow.
Pac-Man. They're gonna run Waymo, whoever, right out of town. Right out of town. And guess what else? Think about the value proposition again. Waymo, and maybe I should need to go do my homework one more time. But those cars are still gas cars that Waymo's using.
Mm. Mm.
Right out of town.
Yeah. 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 It's different. It's different. Yeah. It's a different game to that.
Yeah.
He,
Yeah.
he playing a different game, and yeah, with the robo taxis, Optimus. Yeah, I just think yeah that he's lowering the cost. Uh, he's just looking at lowering the cost, man. Yeah.
Which makes me think about, you know, stock drops, what, 8 points, 10 points, whatever it was last week.
Hmm.
After the show, after the presentation on the new technology. So okay, so he didn't give a lot of details. That's what I heard. That's
Right.
what I'm hearing the analysts say. I read a few of the pieces out there, some of the write ups from some of the analysts. Okay, he didn't give a bunch of details, use case, blah blah blah. Frankly, you can use your imagination and come up with the basic use cases.
Mm.
One, two, I'm, the robo taxi. I don't want to get. I think there's a great future for the robo taxi. I'm just telling you that Optimus is that's the ticket.
Right. Right.
That the volume of things that you can do with a Android or a robot
Yeah.
is almost limitless, limitless. So I, to me, if you're getting if the investors are getting caught up in, the analysts are getting caught up in, hey, the robo taxi, and kind of to your point, apparently, Tesla was supposed to introduce a cheaper value car,
Right.
separate from the robo taxi, and then Elon shifted gears and say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to focus on that cheaper car. Let's just jump straight to it.
Right.
Let's jump straight to it. Let's go
Yeah.
right to the robo taxi. That's going to be my lower value vehicle. That's going to be my lower value vehicle. And once again, he's leapfrogging.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because why do that when the solution isn't to have to put individual drivers out there, right? That's not the solution.
Right. He just got, he
The
just
solution
leapfrogged.
the solution is to get you from driving, get your time back to you, right? Get the utilization of the car, get you. We're still solving the challenge of getting you where from A to B, but we're also helping out with the environment now because we're not doing all that we're not doing all that polluting, and we're safer because we don't have to distract the drivers.
Right.
He leapfrog. Yeah, he leapfrogged that. Yeah,
Leapfrog. Said forget the checkers.
yeah, you're right.
Because that's what everyone else would do. Oh, I'm going to introduce a economy scalable car.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's going to introduce a mass market vehicle, arguably, with less material, arguably, but with all the tech features,
Mm.
arguably. And there will be no So again, he's setting the pace.
And that's how, you know what? That's how he can overtake or prevent BYD
Oh yeah.
because
Oh
they're over in there trying to make it cheaper, 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 cheaper,
right.
and he's like, nah, I'm over here.
Yep.
I'm over here.
And to your point, I mean, if he, because I'm thinking, I'll be frank with you, I'm only thinking America. I'm only thinking U.S. If he gets into like with this tech, he gets into a China.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, dude.
I mean, come on. And frankly, BYD, and everything they're going to do for in terms of a consumer vehicle here in the States. I mean, I don't think the U.S. is going to let up off the pressure on the tariffs.
Right, right,
It's not going to happen.
right.
The pressure on the tariffs is going to stay put because just for all the cybersecurity risk,
Yeah.
so on and so on and so on, and I don't see it happening, man. So
Mm-hmm.
BYD, Tesla just created an issue for BYD. BYD does not have Optimus. Tesla, Elon Musk will be using Optimus to build vehicles. Sorry for all the Tesla workers.
You right, man.
So
You're
you can
right.
have 1.7 billion people. I don't need 1.7 billion people. I
Right.
got robots.
You're right. You're right. And I can produce, so I can make more. I can make more. Um, even for the defense industry,
Oh
with
yeah.
the
Oh my
shortage of
goodness.
soldiers, you can now just like was that on Iron Man 2 or Iron Man
Yep.
3, whatever. That you just got more, right? You have to worry about sending sons and daughters to the front line, right? You're sending Optimus. Um,
Lot
yeah,
of use.
in the medical facilities and hospitals, just and just day to day, right? Day to day, cutting your lawn, day to day, just man, it just goes on. Police, on and on. We have a shortage in policemen, right?
Yep.
Police officers,
Right.
right? Yeah,
A lot of use
a
cases.
lot of use case shortage of pilots,
A lot of
right?
use cases.
Yeah,
Uh, I
you're
mean,
right. You're right, Sadat.
so I think the value of Tesla at this point, in my opinion, because there's only so much you can do with a car. As much as I appreciate the tech aspect, which
Yeah.
I really do, but my goodness, I mean, we could probably spend the next hour. I mean, cooking food. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, it's
you're right,
just.
man. You're right. You're right. So are you saying that that price now is pretty much the cars? That's what they're saying. That's what folks are looking at. What's the car?
I
Yeah,
think so. I
yeah,
think they're getting. I think the analysts are getting lost in that.
yeah.
Um, and I understand why, because there's still a viewpoint that that people haven't changed their perspective on what kind of business is this.
Right.
It's a tech business.
Protect business.
Full
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
If you call it a car business, you are going to miss it.
That's right. Yeah, you're missing it.
And frankly, look, I forget how many factories they got. What, 9, 10?
Mhm.
Whatever the amount of factories there are. The reality is that if you're able to get through either one of those vehicles, whether it's through I'm gonna bring my hand over here, whether it's either one of those vehicles, whether it's through Optimus or whether it's through robo-taxi,
Mhm.
both of those are scalable and they are high volume kickers. And that cost profile that he has today is just going to go just like this per unit.
Mm.
Fast.
Right.
Fast. And again, like I said, man, shoot. People. But it was just like this. Like the Cybertruck, man. I'm telling you what. After you saw that first Cybertruck, it was like this.
Yeah, they're rolling off. Yep.
Every second.
Yeah.
Neighbors go out. Cybertruck, 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 Cybertruck. And the Cybertruck costs over $100,000.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. Yeah, it's not pennies.
It's not the everyday vehicle.
Right.
But Cybertruck, 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 Cybertruck.
Mm.
We loaded them up today, right?
Yeah, man, we did. We did, man. We did, man. We did, man. It's been a good show, man. It's been a good show. It's been a good show, man.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
If you're good with it, there maybe the next segment we kind of pick back on some of the stuff. But yeah, there's a good one. Definitely a good one today.
Yeah. No, I know I am. Yeah, I know we hadn't. Yeah, we skipped a week or so. So, but yeah, we can dive back down into it too.
Yeah.
Stuff too, man. Yeah, good, man. Well, yeah, man. Good talking to you again.
All right.
Getting at it. Once again, folks, go and hit that like and subscribe button for us. Leave some comments for us too. We appreciate the ones you've been leaving. I saw where a person had just purchased a Tesla 3 weeks ago, and they had a Shelby, I guess a Mustang Shelby, and went to a Tesla. So I told them, "Welcome to the future. Welcome to the future, baby." So you'll be happy you made it. You'll be happy you made it. So, but once again, appreciate it, and guys, take it easy. We'll see you again.
Subscribe, hit that like button.
Hit that like button.
All right.